Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, illustrated by Tim Blake. Chapter 23. Square Streets That Look Round. Everyone stopped and crowded to the door. The top half of the door was made of glass. Grandpa Joe lifted Charlie up so that he could get a better view, and looking in so that he could get a better. Charlie saw a long table, and on the table there were rows and rows of small white square-shaped sweets. The sweets looked very much like square sugar lumps, exactly that each of them had a funny little pink face painted on one side. At the end of the table, a number of Oompa Loompas were busily painting more faces on more sweets. "There you are!" cried Mr. Wonka. "Square sweets that look round." "They don't look round to me," said my TV. "They look square," said Veruca. "They look completely square, but they are square," said Mr. Wonka. "I never saw they weren't." "You said they were round," said Veruca. "I never said anything of the sort," said Mr. Wonka. "I said they look round, but they don't look round," said Veruca. "They look square." "They look round instead, Mr. Wonka." "They most certainly do not look round," cried Veruca. "Veruca, darling," said Mr. Salt, "pay no attention to Mr. Wonka. He's lying to you." "My dear old fish," said Mr. Wonka, "go and boil your head." "How dare you speak to me like that?" shouted Mrs. Salt. "Oh, do shut up," said Mr. Wonka. "Now watch this." He took a key from his pocket and unlocked the door and flung it open, and suddenly at the sound of the door opening, all the rows of little square sweets quickly ran to see who was coming in. The tiny faces actually turned toward the door and stared at Mr. Wonka. "There you are!" he cried triumphantly. "They're all looking round. There are no argument about it. They are square sweets that look round." "By golly, he's right," said Grandpa Joe. "Come on," said Mr. Wonka, started off down the corridor again. "On we go. We mustn't doubt. Butterscotch and buttergie," it said on the next door they passed. "Now that sounds a bit more interesting," said Mr. Salt, Veruca's father. "Glorious stuff," said Mr. Wonka. "The Oompa Loompas are all odor it. It makes them tidily. Listen, you can hear them in here now, whooping it up." Shrieks of laughter and snatches of singing could be heard coming through the closed door. "They are drinking as lords," said Mr. Wonka. "They are drinking butterscotch and soda. They like that best of all. Butterbean and the tonic is also very popular. Follow me, please. We really mustn't stop him like this." He turned left. He turned right. Then came to a long flight of stairs. Mr. Wonka slid down the banisters. The three children did the saying, Mrs. Salt and Mrs. Peavy, the only woman now left in the party, were getting very out of legs, and the shoe was blowing like a wind of chaos. This way, cried Mr. Wonka, turning left at the bottom of the stairs. Go slower, panted Mrs. Salt. Impossible, said Mr. Wonka. We should never get there in time if I did. Get where? asked Veruca Salt. Never you mind, said Mr. Wonka. You just wait and see. Bye-bye.